Good evening and welcome to our Smyrna Town Council meeting. And before we move into our meeting agenda tonight, we have two very special recognitions. Our first recognition is a certificate for a very special lady, Miss Marie Dingle's 100th birthday. So, Mark, I'll give you the mic. I'll come down with you.
So I don't know how many of you might or might not know this, but the history I have with this family goes back to when I was probably in my teens. Mike and Barbara Brees were my next door neighbors growing up and are still there, where my parents have since passed away, but are still there, and they were wonderful neighbors to my parents. So thank you guys for being who you are while I grew up, and also to my parents for being such wonderful, wonderful neighbors. They thought a lot of both of you. So, yeah, well, I know you did. So today, though, I talked to Barbara a couple of weeks back, and today we decided we were going to do something special for Marie, her mom. And so, Marie, I hope you're mobile enough, because what I want you to do is come up here and let us recognize you. Barbara, Mike, if you guys want to come and help her, you can. I love that independence, Marie. And we're going to let you turn around so everybody can watch you be embarrassed, okay? So today, really, I think the 14th, am I right?
That's right.
So 2 days from today, Miss Marie will turn 1 century years old. She will be 100 years old. So Miss Marie, on behalf of the town council and the city, the community, and I know you have a lot of friends here to share with you. I know some people from Traditions are probably here. If they're not, I'll see them soon, I'm sure. But we want to, first of all, say congratulations on making it 100 years. You look like you're going to go another 40 or 50 at least, right? So we want to honor you with a certificate in front of your community today. And what this reads is the Town of Smyrna's Certificate of Recognition to Miss Marie R. Dingle in celebration of your 100th birthday this March 14th, 2024. We wish you health and happiness on this special day. So on behalf of the mayor, myself, and this council, all the town employees, and all the city citizens here, we're recognizing you today for turning 100 years old. And we're going to let you keep that. I'll give this to your mom. I'll give this to her. How about that? You want to say something to the crowd? Sure you do.
I was born in New Mexico, and yeah, I used to be a cowgirl. I broke my own horse, and I rode. And then after I graduated from high school, I went to Washington D.C. Washington, state of Washington, to build the B-17s and B-29s. The B-17s went to Germany, and the B-29 went to Japan, which bombed Tokyo. And I was there at the V-Day, and we all had such a wonderful time. Everybody was kissing each other, and was hugging each other.
Hey, careful, we might get going right here. I'm just.
Everybody was like a big family, and and then after that, we were married, and I had my first husband. I had 3 wonderful girls, and
Was Barbara good?
yes, and Barbara was the youngest one.
Yeah.
I had Katie and Patsy, and
Who was your favorite?
well, all 3 of them. I didn't have no
I'm
favorites.
just messing with you, Marie.
No, I know. They were all little wonderful girls. And then I have 10 grandchildren. Mike is included. He's Barbara's son. And then I have 16 great grandchildren, and then I have 3 great-great-grandchildren, which is a boy and 2 girls.
That's an amazing history. That's an amazing. Can you just imagine what all she has seen that none of us have? Isn't that amazing? I hope you have just the most wonderful birthday. Celebrate with your family. Stay healthy, stay well, and thank you for coming and letting us celebrate it with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, congratulations. All right.
So we have another special event tonight. Tonight, we also have Rita Shacklet here, who has retired from Linebaugh Library, and Miss Amber has a proclamation that you're going to read. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you read.
Well,
Oh, you
I've
got
got
it?
it,
Okay,
yes.
good. Okay.
Whereas the Town of Smyrna Council takes great pride in joining the many family members, co-workers, friends, and citizens of the Smyrna community in congratulating Rita Shacklet upon her richly deserved retirement after 48 years as a librarian with the Rutherford County Library System. And whereas Rita began her career at the Linebaugh Library with the Rutherford County Library System in 1975 after receiving her bachelor's degree from Middle Tennessee State University. And whereas Rita Shacklet's reputation as an innovator in the library system earned her the director position at Linebaugh Library in 2008, and in 2018, the Tennessee Library Association's Honor Award in recognition of her significant contribution to the furtherance of librarianship in the state of Tennessee. And whereas Rita diligently worked with the Rutherford County Library System for Tennessee to become home to one of the first shelfless libraries called the Technology Center. And whereas the town of Smyrna is forever grateful for Rita's dedicated and selfless service to our community, including but not limited to her roles serving on the Read to Succeed Council, the Lon Newell Family Literacy Adversary Council, and as Secretary for the Convention and Visitors Bureau Board and 10 Chair Board, in addition to her involvement with the MTSU Community Advisory Council. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Mary Esther Reed, on behalf of the town of Smyrna, hereby encourage all citizens to join in celebration of this most distinguished occasion and extend our sincere best wishes in the retirement of beloved librarian Rita Shacklet. Proclaim this the 12th day of March, 2024.
Rita, if you'll come forward. So I've been lucky enough, not only through the library, but through other organizations to serve with Rita. And there is so much you do for Murfreesboro, for Rutherford County, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate everything you've done. I hope this means you're just going to get more involved in nonprofit boards. But for your entire family, we appreciate everything you do. And I know Steve wants to say a few words.
So I'm the current chairman of the board for the Rutherford County Library System, and I've been serving with Rita for the last 6 years in that capacity or on that board. And I don't think anyone can really appreciate the amount of effort and time that she's put into the library system. The system is, I think, probably one of the best ones in the state as far as how it's managed and how it's ran. Financially, very good position. And she's leaving us a legacy that's going to be really hard to fill. We have appointed an interim, Mindy, what's her last name? Barrett, right? I keep saying Mingle. Mindy Barrett, she's actually said that she doesn't want the permanent job, so she's going to be our interim while we look for a permanent. But Rita, thank you. 48 years is a long time. Not going to tell you how old I was, but I was under 5. Thank you for all that you've done. I know you got a couple of folks with you. I know your husband, obviously, Bill Shacklet, who's a councilman in Murfreesboro, is here, but I think you might have a granddaughter as well.
That's one of the reasons I retired.
Nice.
4 granddaughters, and the 2 oldest just turned 5, and Sloan is the oldest by 6 days. And so she's here visiting for her spring break, so that was, Nana can do that now. So,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And we're gonna get a-
I found a phone, or somebody found a phone underneath my chair, it's not mine. You know, oh.
Okay, before we move into our citizen comments tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about the referendum for the General Sessions Court that was held last week. I just want to say the council appreciates all the citizens that came out and voted in the referendum. It was important for the town council to empower our citizens of Smyrna with the right to decide. And the citizens let us know, let the council know through their vote that they want to continue to hold General Sessions Court here in Smyrna. And just like with every other town department, the council, the administration, and the staff will continue working with the court system to bring our citizens the most effective and efficient local government possible. Working together and moving Smyrna forward are top priorities for all of us. So with that, we'll move into our citizen comments. As you come up, if you'll just make sure to state your name, your address, and if you live in the town of Smyrna, if you live in the city limits of Smyrna. And first, we have Judge Brittany Stevens. We're not going to clap and we're not going to shout out or any of that during public comments, just for the decorum of the meeting. But I agree, she's done a great job, and but we're just going to make sure we don't do that during public comments.
Mayor and
Thank
Council.
you.
Good evening, my name is Brittany Stevens. My address is 120 Buttonwood Drive, that's town limits. For those who don't know me, I have the honor of serving as the town judge. Council, I come to you tonight seeking your cooperation and collaboration as we move the court into the future. The people of Smyrna decided last week to keep the criminal court here, so now we need to all work together to make it as successful as possible. This means we all need to be pulling the same direction instead of multiple directions, as has been the case previously. I have some ideas tonight that I would like for you to consider and instruct town management to help us achieve. First, discussions around any matters involving the court need to include the court clerk and me. In the past, decisions were made without our input. Moving forward, we cannot do it this way anymore. We have been elected by the people to run the court, and we need to be a part of any decision-making, as we are ultimately the ones accountable. I hope you will make it clear to town management that they need to include us going forward. Actually, to comply with the concept of separation of powers, town management ultimately needs to withdraw from the court operations and let us perform our duties. But we recognize this will take a bit of time to get there. Next, we will no longer be addressing issues solely with town management. Instead, we will also communicate with the council to be sure everyone knows what is going on. Again, if we all have the relevant and accurate information and we are all working towards the same goals together, this court will work even more effectively. In the past, there has been limited communication with the council, and that has to change immediately. We all have to work together. Third, I encourage every council member to come to the Justice Center, to come and observe court, and to thank our hardworking court personnel. They have done a phenomenal job, and they have all stayed with us throughout this past year, despite being concerned about whether they'd be able to keep their jobs or not. We have an incredible team, and I know I am very proud. Finally, I do want to thank town management for moving my assistant back into her office yesterday. They responded quickly, and I hope that is a sign that even more collaboration is on the horizon. Court Clerk Lisa Brewer and I look forward to meeting with each of you soon and working on a shared vision that will most effectively benefit the people of Smyrna. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have Smyrna Court Clerk Lisa Brewer.
Good evening. Lisa Brewer, Town Court Clerk, 1006 Rosemont Terrace, inside the Smyrna town limits. Good evening. As the Town Court Clerk, I'm here tonight to ask you to join with Judge Stevens and me to work as partners in a joint effort to make the town court operate even more effectively. Before I begin with some key points, I want to personally invite each of you to come and visit the Judicial Center, tour the court areas, meet the employees, and learn more about what we do. After hearing council discussions in recent months, I don't believe some of you have a good understanding of what all we do and why it's so important that we have the court here in Smyrna. We will reach out to set up times for each of you, and that way you can get good information about the court. Here are some practical ideas that we can work on to improve our relationship and make the court operate even better. Number one, at the council budget retreat, Judge Stevens and I will present the information about the court. As the elected officials of the court and the designated directors of our departments per town ordinance, we will present the same as all departmental directors. By state law, I must deputize clerks and carry out the liability for my department, or carry the liability for my department. Because I bear this responsibility, I expect to be directly involved in the hiring, supervision, and evaluation decisions for any positions in the clerk's office and for all operational decisions in the future. My court supervisory team has and will continue to work closely with me in all aspects of staff supervision and decision-making. It's my wish to work closely with town management as they function to ensure adherence to town policies and procedures. We need to improve communication. I don't believe you've received all the information that town management has had in the past. Let us work together to keep each other in the loop. Towards that end, I plan to contact each one of you, elected official to elected official, and give you information directly. I would also suggest that we work with our legislative delegation next year to see if there's a way to void out the court order that's causing Smyrna to pay out 40% of its fines and forfeitures. In summary, it's not the intent of state law that a court clerk be a figurehead only, and I must act in accordance with state law. I believe we can work together to make some operational improvements at the town court that will benefit our constituents. We all serve the constituents, and it's their needs that should concern us. I hope you will join me and the judge and commit to working with us. We're all in this together, and we'll all benefit if we can work together. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Mo Mondal.
Good evening. I'm Mo
Wait.
Mondal at 326 Timber Glen Drive here in Smyrna,
In city limits.
in the city limits.
Thank you.
I'm here to address the town council who required Smyrna to vote twice for the same thing. I'm here as a citizen of Smyrna and a dad. I grew up in Tennessee, not too far from here. As a kid, I had to deal with bullying. Then as an adult, I thought it would go away. But it did not. It just took a different form. And I had to deal with bullies in the workplace. With my experience, I can easily recognize bullying. I saw it when the Smyrna Town Council decided to make the citizens of Smyrna vote twice for the same issue. Then I saw it again when the Town Council advertised in the Vote Yes campaign. And yet again, when Smyrna Ready Mix and Old South Homes together donated $100,000 to the Vote Yes campaign. All of this was to bully the citizens of Smyrna in general, but specifically the 3,329 citizens who voted no. I have 3 kids which need me to set an example. They need me to help make this a better place to live. I will not be bullied. I will not tolerate the citizens of Smyrna to be bullied. For my kids, for all our kids.
Thank you. Next, we have Allison DeVore.
Allison DeVore, 321 St. Francis Avenue, city limits, right? Okay, sorry. Just going to speak from the heart, y'all. The referendum woke me up. I've always been a voter, new to Smyrna, haven't been here that long, but that issue on the ballot led me to kind of like, just want to ask you all, can we move town council meetings to times that are better suited for working folks? 5 o'clock is tough, and I don't know if any of y'all have to commute, but no one wants to go on Interstate 24. But maybe 6 o'clock or 6:30, maybe even 7 o'clock. Just kind of, I know it's once a month, but I'd like to start showing up. So y'all consider that, have a conversation about it, and thank you.
Thank you. So council, I guess in regards to moving council meetings, is that something you'd like to put on an agenda for a workshop and discuss?
Yeah, really, you have to look at like the history and what has occurred in the past. And many years ago, the council meeting started at 7 o'clock. And I think it was '06, we moved it to first 6 o'clock and then over to 5 o'clock. And really the rationale behind it was so that our employees can have a life, so to speak. It was costing us a lot of overtime money, and it was cutting into the employees' family time and such as that. And of course, today we have so many electronic ways in which people can watch the council meeting, whether it's live or even going back the next day and watching it on the town website. It can be found, I believe it goes through YouTube, does it not? But, I mean, I just find it so much easier and I don't know, I feel like it's more expeditious for us to have it at 5 o'clock. And of course, if council wants to change it, I mean, I'll go right along with it. It will work for me either way.
So do you all want to put it on the agenda to have discussion about it, or?
And we certainly can if you want to. I would oppose moving it for the reasons HG's already mentioned, but also, you know, as our agendas, this one is, what, 4 pages? As they get longer, I think it was a month and a half ago, we were here till 9:30. If we had started at 7, we'd have been here till midnight. And with all the employees, we have, I don't know, maybe 25 or 30 employees in the room today. With all of those employees having to work a full day before the council meeting, I think it would be more impactful to them to push this out even later. I understand for folks to get here, it might be easier at 6 or 7, but that's also why we broad stream on Facebook, why it's recorded. And I get it, if you want to speak, it's a little hard, but you've got to plan that anyway to get on the agenda, so hopefully you could plan to be here at 5 on those days. That's just my thought process.
Anybody else?
I guess one thing I didn't mention is all of us except for HG and Jerry also have a full-time job, so we're working all day, and then to be here till midnight would also be tough as well, or 11 or 10 even.
Okay. So I don't hear anyone wanting to put that on the agenda. Okay? Okay, then I will call our meeting to order, and Chaplain Bob Horn with the Smyrna Police Department is here tonight to do the prayer, and our pledge is by building official Christy Worrell. If you'll all stand with us, please.
Shall we pray? Our great God, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy holy name. We pray, dear Father, as you look down upon us at this moment, as we go through this meeting, we pray your blessings upon this meeting. Pray your blessings upon all the decisions that are made for this town and for its citizens. We pray, dear Father, for the families of those that serve, both in the governing body here and those within the town that labor with it, that they support them. We pray, dear Father, that all things may be done in unity for the best of this citizenship, for all that live here, for all that will live here. Pray that you continue to be with us. Pray that you be with the Dingle family. We're so blessed to have those that have been able to have the longevity of life and the influence they've had and the impact upon their families and those that are around them. Pray that you continue to bless those that are able to do that. Pray that you forgive us when we fail thee. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Chaplain. And Christy, Miss Amber, if you'll do roll call, please.
Yes, ma'am. Councilwoman Peebles?
Here.
Councilman Cole?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Morrell?
Here.
Councilman Short?
Here.
Councilman Sullivan?
Here.
Vice Mayor Atkins?
Here.
Mayor Reed?
Here. Okay, we'll move on to item 3, which is approval or corrections of the minutes of the February 13th, 2024 regular meeting and the February 29th, 2024 work session meeting for the town council. Jeff, are these in order?
In order is to form, Mayor.
Okay, council, any additions or corrections? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll now move on to correspondence, communications, and awards and recognitions. Brian, Amber, anything tonight?
No, ma'am.
Okay. We'll move on to the consent agenda. And consent agenda are items that are determined by the town manager to be routine matters, not necessarily needing discussion, but if there is an item that a council member would like to pull off and vote on individually, we can do that, or have discussion about. There are quite a few, but I ask you bear with me because I do like to read all these so that you know exactly what we're voting on. So our first item is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute the Event Center's annual linen service contract with Universal Linen. Item B is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute a contract renewal with Barton Lawn Care for the mowing of non-park properties. Item C is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute a contract with Minnesota Children's Museum for the rental of the Thomas and Friends Explore the Rails exhibit for the Smyrna Outdoor Adventure Center. Item D is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute a mowing contract with Barton Lawn Care and DS Lawn and Landscape for park properties. Item E is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute an agreement with Kimberly Horn to conduct a planning study as part of the Safe Streets for All grant. Item F is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute an agreement with YA Engineering Services to perform an investigation of the storm pipe concrete infiltration. Item G is approval of the Public Works Department to submit a special event permit application to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to use Jefferson Springs Recreation Area for the 16th Annual Boat Day. Item H is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute a contract amendment with Kimberly Horn for additional services as part of the NEPA investigation for the Old Nashville Highway Sidewalk Project. Item I is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute change order number 3 with Brown Builders for the Tridon Bridge Replacement Project. Item J is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute the proposal with MMS for the annual Fats, Oils, and Grease program. Item K is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute a contract with construction of Phase 2 of the North Lowry Waterline Project. Item L is approval of the terms of and authorization for the mayor to execute the fiscal year 25 budget funding request for commuter bus services with the WeGo Public Transit. Item M is consideration and authorization of a list of items to be auctioned through online surplus sale with Gov Deals. Council, anything you have questions or want to pull off and talk about individually?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda. Do I have a second? Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll now move on to old business, which we only have one public hearing tonight. It is consideration of an ordinance relative to an amendment of the approved PUD on tax map 28E, Group A, parcel 17.00, requested by Marion Masad. The property requested to be rezoned contains 0.8 of an acre and is located at 540 Rock Springs Road.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this is a request. There's an existing approved PUD at 540 Rock Springs Road, which is about 800 feet west of the intersection with Highland Avenue. Land use plan would support mixed residential development in this area. Surrounding zoning is a mix of R4 and PRD, which is the Harts Branch Village PRD. Sewer is not currently available to this property. Staff is not aware of any issues with the current septic system, however. If that ever does occur, the sewer would have to be extended by the owner from Harts Branch Village. The existing approved PUD was approved in 2004. It does allow for a single-family residence or a fabric shop selling sewing supplies and offering sewing classes. The requested amendment was to add retail sales of clothing and bedding to the allowed list of uses. The planning commission did amend that and recommended retail sales of clothing and bedding to retail sales of clothing and linens, just to be clear, they're not talking about mattresses and those type of things, just the linens. I did attach the site plan that was approved for an expansion of the original building in 2016, just for reference. The developer has not indicated making any changes to the site at this time, other than adding the proposed use within the existing building and parking. If that is ever desired, it would require at minimum a site plan review and potentially a PUD amendment, depending on the scope. The planning commission did recommend approval, 4 for, 1 against. Staff would also recommend approval.
Mark or Tim, anything from you guys?
We had extensive conversation around this at planning and really at the council level, and we felt like that we have limited this to continue in the spirit of the operation there with just the one additional use and, you know, again, refining the verbiage around that.
So what was the one person's concern?
Wasn't stated.
Okay.
Anything else?
I can't, having trouble with my laptop, so I can't see the map. This is the place that used to be the sewing?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
So I guess my only question would be, I mean, it looks like it was amended for retail sales, right? There's nothing else there that's retail. It's all housing. So it looks to me like it doesn't fit there. Am I missing something?
It was retail, it is
Yeah.
limited just to clothing and
Linens.
things. It's not wide open retail, but it would add the retail sales of like the clothing and linens and that type of thing. It would be retail sales. Whereas before, there was some retail when the existing use,
Yeah, it was a stitcher's place though, right?
It was just
there were
fabric and-
really more folks coming there and doing their thing, maybe selling some fabric and stuff, but
right.
what concerned me is I see mattress. I mean, could this become a mattress store?
No.
They removed that.
We
That
removed
got
mattress.
That's the part I'm not
Yes.
seeing, okay.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
concern, or one of the concerns that was brought up at the planning commission, so that's why they changed some of the wording to try to limit that.
I sleep on one every night. I don't have anything against them, but I just don't want them sold in a residential area.
Other questions or comments?
Just a comment, this is really not too far removed for something that could actually go before the BZA and be in most areas, because it's like a non-invasive business. Would that not be a true statement?
Probably not, simply because there's no residential. I mean, if this was someone doing something out of their house, it might be potentially do some BZA. If this was the existing house, they converted into a commercial use.
Yeah.
So it really would have to be a commercial zoning.
Like they do with daycares and such as that, is what you're speaking of.
Right.
Right, in-house daycares, yeah.
Other questions or comments? Okay, this is a public hearing, so I'll go to the public to see if there's anyone here to speak for or against this item. Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing and go to council for a motion.
I move we approve.
For a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Under Planning Commission report, under new business, we only have 2 items to talk about tonight. Our first one is consideration of an ordinance relative to the rezoning of property located on tax map 55, parcels 4.01 and 5.02, to go from R3 to C4. It's requested by Sami Said, and the properties requested to be rezoned contain approximately 0.8 of an acre and are located at 6070 and 6092 Seminary Road.
Yes, Mayor and Council, these are 2 separate tracts of land owned by the same person at the intersection of Seminary Road and Poplarwood Road. Land use plan would support medium density, single family in this area. Surrounding zoning is a mix of R1, C2, and I2 in town, and RM in Rutherford County. There is an existing house on one of these parcels. It is staff's understanding that the applicant wishes to convert the existing house into a dentist office, but this rezoning would allow all uses within C4. Sewer would be required to be extended from the intersection of Almaville and Road and Seminary Road to the adjoining property lines. Converting the existing residence to a commercial use will require submittal of a site plan and building plans meeting all requirements of the town and the International Building Code for the intended use. The Planning Commission did review this request, did recommend approval, 5-4-0 against. Staff would also recommend approval.
Mark or Tim, anything?
Mr. Syed came in last Thursday night for planning approval, and prior to that, he had been here seeking a C2 zone. And we did not think C2 would be a good fit there for the break from what's commercial across the street down to the residential portion. So we did find favor with the C4 use for the dental office, or any really C4 use that could come later on. So it was met with approval from the staff and from all the members of the Planning Commission.
Okay. Other questions or comments?
Does the recycle center still operate out there, do you know?
There is a business there. It's not the recycling center anymore. It's a different business. It doesn't appear to be as intrusive as the recycling center was.
What other examples could be in C4 beside a dentist office?
Well, any type of professional office type use, light, what I would call light retail type uses could go there. Would not allow for the heavier retail like a gas station or a
Restaurant.
a restaurant that, like a fast food restaurant with a drive-through or anything like that. Certainly you could have some retail or something similar to what we looked at on the PUD I just talked about, or again, most office type uses or things like that.
Okay.
Dry cleaners, hair salons.
Yeah, I think previously we had turned down a request to have a gas station or.
Well, that was
this one,
That
wasn't it?
was, I don't
There
know
was
if we-
something there as well, I think on both, but, yeah, I think as long as C4 kind of protects it from being a little too intrusive, I think it's okay.
There's a building already on where the R3 is. There's a building already
house.
there,
Yes.
or house or something. Is it actually, is somebody living in it or is it not occupied? It looks like.
I don't know if it's actually occupied or not. They remodeled it quite a bit. Originally, Mr. Said's plan was to take these two lots and kind of reconfigure them into three. And he was gonna build two new houses on the, and so, he's now kind of walked away from that idea and is wanting to use that existing building as a commercial use.
Yeah. The last time I went by there, I was thinking that it didn't look like the building was even finished, but maybe wrong.
I think they have finished
Okay.
the remodeling, I believe. Yeah.
Other questions?
So we're looking at the property that's in the red line.
Yes, the
But not
R3,
the-
currently R3 area, yes.
Okay, so what's the C4 across the street from it? I mean,
That's actually C2 across the
C2.
street. That was originally actually zoned industrial,
Uh-huh.
when it was originally annexed, probably close to 20 years ago now. And it sat vacant as industrial zone, and they came back, it's been a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and rezoned it to C2. There is a gasoline station that has been approved
That's
on
going
that.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
by the planning commission, site plan has been approved.
Okay.
Kevin, what's in a little small block in the bottom of that parcel?
That is actually an old, now no longer used,
Pump station.
consolidated utility district water pump station.
I remember seeing it now.
Other questions or comments? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Move to approve with staff comments.
Motion with staff comments. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll now move on to item 2, which is consideration of an ordinance relative to the rezoning of property located on tax map 27H, Group G, parcels 5.00 and 19.00, to go from C2 to R2. It's requested by John Dunaway. The properties requested to be rezoned contain approximately 93/100ths of an acre and are located at 403 and 405 Monroe Street. Kevin?
Mr. Mayor and Council, these are two tracts of land at 403, 405 Monroe, about 100 feet from the intersection with 4th Street. Land use plan is our depot district character area. Kind of support a mix of uses that are kind of more urban in lot sizes and setbacks, such as in retail, restaurant, office, attached residential type uses. Surrounding zoning is a mix of C2 and R2. There is an existing house on parcel 19 and a mobile home on parcel 5. These uses were grandfathered as residents when the property was zoned C2. It appears from reviewing old zoning maps that these parcels were zoned C2 in 1986 at the latest, as the map from 1977 showed them as residential, and couldn't find a map for the intervening 9 years in our archives. The homes have not been lived in for at least 11 years, according to the owner. So the ability to continue the grandfather residential use has lapsed. And so they are wanting to rezone the properties to be able to move back in them. There is currently not a water main to this property. There is a sewer main. The Planning Commission did review this, did recommend denial, 5-4-0 against. Staff would also recommend denial.
Tim or Mark, anything?
Well, once again, staff recommended that we not change this for the reasons that Kevin just mentioned. Everything there is C2 in that overlay district, and trying to keep consistent with that zoning. We do realize as well that the home, it's inhabitable. You would have to have a lot of code cleanup and a lot of other issues with the property, but all in all, it was more of the zoning part of it that I think we looked at from a planning standpoint to keep that overlay consistent with the C2 zoning that we've got in place for that Lowry Street overlay.
Other comments or questions? Then do I have a motion?
A motion to,
Approve the denial.
I was gonna say a positive motion to deny. How do I do that?
A motion to deny.
To approve the denial.
Motion to deny, and you may want to put it based upon
Yep.
what
Okay.
Mark just stated.
Yep, motion to deny the request based on staff comments and planning
Zoning.
comments.
Okay, so we have a motion to deny. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor of denial, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes to deny. Okay, we'll move on to item B, which is consideration of a resolution to request refunds on the unclaimed property held by the state of Tennessee.
Mayor, Council, passing this resolution allows the town to ask the state of Tennessee for a refund. The property is made up of outstanding checks or credit balances on closed utility accounts and vendor accounts that were held first by the town and secondly by the state of Tennessee. This is something that we do every year. It's a good thing to do for the town.
Okay. Questions for Rex on getting money back?
I move to approve, get money back.
That's right. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we'll now move on to our boards and committees, and I ask that you just be patient with us. There's quite a few boards and committees we need to get people put on. We did have quite a few applicants this year. We are trying to get as many people on as many boards as we can. And so we will start off with an appointment of one member to the Beer Board to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. We had 3 applicants for that board, and this is a board that is nominated by council and confirmed by majority vote. I will open the floor up for, the 3 applicants were Jennifer Britton, Andrew Eckenrod, and Roger Thomas, and I'll open the floor up for nominations.
Mayor, I nominate Jennifer Britton.
Okay? Do we have anyone else to be nominated? Okay, then I'll close the floor to nominations, and since we only had 1 nomination for the Beer Board, all in favor of Jennifer Britton, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Jennifer. Okay. Next, we move on to Planning Commission, which is appointment of 2 members to the Planning Commission to serve a 2-year term ending in 2026. And this is mayor to appoint 2 members to the Planning Commission to serve a 2-year term ending in 2026. So Ashley Spence, Raul Marrero, Heather Lee, Evan Lester, Nathan Hudson, Tony Campbell, Abby Patra, Teresa Alley, Selena Scott, Mark Hardy, and Matthew Carver. And I will appoint Selena Scott and Matthew Carver. Okay, then we'll move on to item 3, which is BZA, and it is appointment of one member to the BZA, Board of Zoning Appeals, to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. We had 5 people apply. Steve Sullivan asked to be reappointed, Tyler Short, Raul Marrero, Avi Patra, and Nathan Hudson. This is nominated by council and confirmed by majority vote of council. I'll open the floor at this time for nominations.
I will nominate my good friend Steve Sullivan to return to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Any other nominations? Then I'll close the floor to nominations, and all in favor of Steve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Steve, for BZA. Okay, then we will move to appointment of one citizen member and one member of the Planning Commission to serve on the Historic Zoning Commission for a 5-year term ending in 2029. And that is, I appoint one citizen member and one member from Planning Commission. And Rhonda Allen asked to be reappointed, and Raul and Nathan Hudson also asked to serve on this one. I will reappoint Rhonda Allen, and also Miranda Swift has agreed to be our Planning Commission representative to serve on historic zoning. Okay. We'll now move on to the IDB Board, and this is appointment of 2 member, no, wait.
3 members.
Oh, yeah, I marked it off. Okay. Appointment of 3 members to serve a 6-year term ending in 2030 on the town's IDB Board. And this is nominated by council and confirmed by majority of council vote. Ed Davenport has asked to be reappointed. Bill Davis has asked to be reappointed. Raul Marrero and Marquetta Richardson and Stacy Wilder have all applied. So at this point, I will open the floor up for nominations.
I'll nominate Raul Marrero.
Okay?
He's been trying, hasn't he?
He has.
I'll nominate Ed Davenport and Bill Davis as return.
Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Stacy Wilder.
Okay? And Stacy Wilder. Okay? Then, if there are no other nominations, I'll close the floor to nominations. And with this one, we have 3 members to be appointed and 4 nominations. So I will go down the list and ask each person who their top, Jeff, is that the best way for us to do that? Ask who their top 3 are?
3.
Okay, so just to remind you, in case you don't have it in front of you, Ed Davenport, Bill Davis were both asked to be reappointed. Raul Marrero asked to be, is just put in an application for the first time. Marquetta Richardson and, Marquenta and Stacy Wilder. So, Raquel, I will start at your end and we'll work our way over. If you'll name, and Amber, you can keep us tally.
And it's the
Top
ones
3, just the top 3 that you want.
that have been nominated?
Yes, that have been nominated,
Okay.
which is Ed, I'm sorry. Yes, I see what you're saying. Ed Davenport, Bill Davis, Raul Marrero, and Stacy Wilder, out of those 4.
Okay. Stacy Wilder, Ed Davenport, Bill Davis.
Okay, HG,
Bill Davis, Raul Marrero, and Ed Davenport.
Tim?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Bill Davis, Roll, and Ed Davenport.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay,
Ready?
yes.
I'll do Ed Davenport, Bill Davis, and Raul Marrero.
Good voice.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'll do Ed Davenport, Bill Davis, and Raul Marrero.
Ditto for me, same three.
Bill Davis, Ed Davenport, and Stacy Wilder.
Stacy
Jerry.
and Ed, correct?
You ready for me?
Yes.
Okay. Ed Davenport, Bill Davis, and Raul.
Okay,
Stacy John's wife, daughter.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Ed Davenport, Bill Davis, and Raul.
You don't know if she's Kara Jones?
so those are our top three.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then we will move on to project assistants. And we need to appoint 2 members to the project assistant board to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. This is dominated by council and confirmed by council majority vote, and we only had 2 people that asked to be reappointed, Sherry Tuck and Harrison Woodard. So since we only had 2 apply and have 2 openings, all in favor of Sherry Tuck and Harrison Woodard, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, they are reappointed. Okay, we'll now move on to Sister City. And Sister City, we had an appointment of 2 members to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. 1 member to serve an unexpired term ending in 2026, and 1 member to serve an unexpired term ending in 2025. Is that right? 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Jerry, this is the board that you're on. Do you have recommendations for this?
Yes. I recommend Fran Dunn for the expiration of 2027.
Okay.
Shelby Salih for the expiration of 2027.
Okay.
Mark Mickelson for the expiration of 2026.
Okay.
And Mary Ann Rogers for the expiration of 2025.
Okay. This is mayor nominated and confirmed by council, and Jerry, I will go with your recommendation, and Fran Dunn for 2027, Shelby Salih for 2027, Mark Michelson to fill the term ending in 2026, and Mary Ann Rogers in 2025. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next is mayor to appoint 2 members to the Parks Advisory Board to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. We've had Christina Treglia asked to be reappointed, Molly Jennings to ask to be reappointed, Jordan Merriman, Shannon Creasy Hemingway, Tyler Short, Matthew Carver, Megan Deach, Danny Francis, and Carlos Rawls. HG, any recommendations?
I'd like to nominate Christine Tregula and Molly Jennings.
Okay.
They've served, and it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's customary to retain them, but they're doing a good job for us.
Okay, then I will nominate Christina Treglia and Molly Jennings. It is confirmed by council, so all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, Package Liquor Board nominated by council and confirmed by majority vote of council. We need to appoint 1 member to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027, and we only had 1 person asked to be reappointed, which is Daniel Acton. And all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, congratulations, Daniel. Okay, next we have appointment of 1 member to the Smyrna Housing Authority to serve a 5-year term ending in 2029. And the mayor appoints 1 member to the Smyrna Housing Authority, and Helena Jeffrist, Nathan Hudson, Eric Miller, and Raul Marrero. And I will appoint Nathan Hudson to the Smyrna Housing Authority. Okay. Next, we have the Stormwater Advisory, which is nominated by council and confirmed by majority council vote. And we have 3 members of the Stormwater Advisory Committee to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. William Shackelford asked to be reappointed. Andrew Eckenrod asked to be put on the board, and so did Tyler Short. We've only had 3 members that, 3 applicants for 3 spots. So all in favor of William Shackelford, Andrew Eckenrod, and Tyler Short, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations to these 3 gentlemen. Okay, we'll move on to item 12, which is the Smyrna Charity Assistance Board. And we need to appoint 3 members to this Charity Assistance Board to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027, as well as 1 representative of the Town Council to serve a 1-year term ending in 2025. Raquel, you have 4 people that have applied: Wyatt Christopher, Tabitha Richardson, Donna Gertner, and Jennifer Davis. Any recommendations for the 3 spots?
Wyatt Christopher, Tabitha Richardson, and Jenny Davis.
And Jennifer Davis, okay. Any other nominations? Okay, then, and these were all endings, yes, same time. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We also need to put 1 council member back on that committee, and Raquel's done a great job on this committee, so I will nominate Raquel for going back on Charity Assistance, if you're willing to do that.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll move on to appointment of 1 member to the Coos Memorial Maintenance and Funding Subcommittee to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. This is nominated by council and confirmed by majority council vote. We had Jerome Dempsey, who was asked to be reappointed, and he was the only person that put in. So all in favor of Jerome, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes for Jerome. Next is appointment of 1 member to the Sister City Funding Subcommittee to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027, as well as 1 town council representative to serve a 2-year term ending in 2026. I have to be honest, I'm really excited about the person that's put in for this. I don't know if you all know Jeannie Nolan.
Yes.
Jeannie kind of helped get the whole
She
thing
did.
started.
Got
And
history.
so I think that's pretty exciting. So we only had 1 person that put in and only have 1 spot open. So all in favor of Jeannie say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations. And 1 town council representative to serve a 2-year term ending in 2026. Jerry, you have done a great job on that. Would you be willing to continue on? So all in favor of Jerry say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Jerry. Item 15 is appointment of 2 members to the Board of Adjustments and Appeals to serve a 3-year term ending in 2027. And Brian, I think this is the one that's recommended by you, the building official, and the town planner. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mayor.
Okay, and we have 2 members, we have 2 spots that need to be filled, and we've had 2 people apply. So are there 2 people you'd like to?
Ms. Mayor, both of these gentlemen have served this past 2 years, so I'd like to request that Steve Steele and Scott Butler both be given reappointment.
Okay, council, any, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations. Okay, consideration of a reappointment of the Smyrna representative Paul Lamb to serve a 5-year term ending in 2029 on the Smyrna Rutherford County Airport Authority Board of Commissioners. And this is nominated by the mayor and confirmed by the council, and I will nominate Paul Lamb again. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations to Paul. I want to say congratulations to all of those that have been appointed to a board. If you did not get appointed this time, please apply again. We could not do these boards without you, and I think you do learn a lot about what's going on in the community. We'll now move on to,
Mayor, you might just mention for anybody that got appointed tonight that's not here, how they will be contacted.
whoever is the designee for each one of the boards, they will get in touch with you to let you know, one, that you've been appointed, and two, when you need to report. Each board, I think, is different in the month in which you will start attending the meetings. So, but there will be someone here from the town that gets in touch with
And
you.
attendance is vitally important.
Absolutely,
So we need you
absolutely,
there.
yeah.
One other thing, Mayor, there's also another board, the Rutherford County Library System, which we have 2 positions that are gonna be open, but not until June, the end of June. So they're not in this month, but that we are still taking applications for those. I think right now we only have 1 applicant, I think.
That's correct.
And so we need a couple of more applicants. We'd like to have plenty. So if you're interested in serving on the Rutherford County Library System Board, which meets once a month, we are
But
taking
not here.
applications. It is not here. It's usually in Murfreesboro, but we do periodically go to other branches of the library. So sometimes it's Smyrna, sometimes Murfreesboro, and could be Eagleville, although I don't think we've gone to Eagleville in a long time. But it could be any of them.
Can we keep a thing going
We
on
will.
Channel 3, letting people know? Perfect. Okay, anything under other tonight? Nope. Status reports, Rex?
January state share tax, we received $932,749. In January local sales tax, we received $2,127,344. And even though it says January, it's really for December collections.
Yeah.
So,
This is always the good month because this includes
Best
Christmas.
month of the year.
Yeah.
And it looks like shared tax was a 3% increase year over year, which is nice. And I didn't look at it yet, but I'm sure it's an increase as well. 4.5, almost 5%.
Almost 5,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're tracking really well with budget.
yeah.
good. Questions about this?
Keep shopping local.
That's right. Okay, thanks, Rex. Amber, anything tonight? Brian?
Mayor and Council, I have a couple things I'd like to share with you. First, some really good news. You might have, not that Charles King is not in the audience, that's not the good news, but Charles King is on vacation, spending time with his family because he sent Tom and I an email this weekend, I guess Sunday afternoon, I think. The addition to his family, Lincoln, his grandson was born, and that's the reason they were going to visit family. So they have got a week with the new grandbaby. I'm not sure that Charles or Lincoln will be worth much next week when they get back.
But he's
We'll-
not having to go to Alaska to
He's
see
not having
this
to go to
one, is
Alaska.
it?
He's in
Okay.
Georgia, so, yeah, that
Little
was
closer.
good. I received a really nice letter. Mike Strange forwarded this to me from Johnny Moore, from a customer that just wanted to reach out and compliment one of our employees, Derek, who works in our utilities department. Most of you know Derek very well. He came out to the rental house yesterday, turned on the water and the gas back on, and this person just said Derek is one of the most positive and happy people, and she really appreciated his service and his attitude. So I just wanted to share that with the council.
I don't think that's the first one we've had on
We
Derek.
get pretty regular on Derek.
That guy's
He's a good,
positive as they
he-
come.
he's a great
He is
employee. He does a
awesome.
great job.
Yeah.
Pleasure to work with. I've got a few slides tonight just to share with the community. Smyrna Parks and Recreation has seasonal and part-time positions available. We're still hiring. We have a great team and invite you to consider joining our parks team. To learn more, you can look for online posting for this, and there is a website where you can go, or you can call HR here in the town, and we'll get you through that system. A couple of our officers wanted to reach out and thank Lancaster Christian Academy for providing breakfast to the department. This was a couple of days ago. The food was fantastic, and they appreciate the generosity. Evidently, there wasn't enough to include any of the management team. We didn't get a call. Jeff, did you get anybody to call you? Yeah, we didn't hear about that, but thank you to Lancaster for reaching out and providing breakfast to our officers. Next, I have Buckle Up Smyrna. The Smyrna Fire Department has a car seat safety checkpoint coming up Saturday, March the 16th at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This will be at Station 5, located at 2200 Rock Springs Road. We do have several of our firefighters that have been certified for installation of car seats, so this is a great time to come out and really learn about the safety of our children, for our children through the car seat program. And if you don't have a car seat, I think they may even have some avenues to help you get a car seat. So come out and learn what you can to keep our children safe. Officers Tyree and Clemens, I think Clemens is she's over there, yeah. Recently enjoyed reading at John Coleman Elementary School class. They wanted to thank the class for inviting them out. Now, Chief, I'm not sure, I think you actually read at one of the schools? Chief Dwyer did, okay, at one of the schools. So we appreciate our officers going out and participating in the read to the children. It's always good to have the officers interface with the children. It not only promotes the educational process, but also hopefully develops a comfort level of police officers are not somebody to be afraid of, somebody that will be there to support you and help you. And we appreciate our officers doing that. Next, I have one that I'm very pleased to announce that Councilman Raquel Peebles has been nominated for the Athena International Leadership Award. This is an award that is given through CABLE, a local women's organization that operates from Rutherford County. Raquel, I think you were nominated on behalf of the League of Women. It's the Women.
Middle Tennessee Lawyers.
Lawyers. I was trying to say it was the Women of the Lawyers Association.
MT
Yeah. Okay, MT Law. So congratulations. We wish you well as that endeavor. It's a process. You get to go get your picture made. You get to get interviewed. You're going to have lunch and all those
Write
kind
an
of
essay.
Write an essay, though. Yeah. You're going to earn that award, right? But congratulations. That is a great honor, and we appreciate that.
When is that decided?
The luncheon is May the 17th.
Yeah. It's a process. There's a little time there, so. The next slide, we are also hiring for the paddle adventure and the summer camp counselors at SOAC. You have to be at least 18 years old to be in this position. You'll be working with some of our younger audience throughout the community during the summer months. Again, if you would like to apply, you can go online. This posting will be on our Facebook page and also going through different postings on Facebook. So next, I just want to remind everybody, Town Hall will be closed on Friday, March the 29th in observance of Good Friday. Normal operations will resume on Monday, April the 1st. I always like to point out that while we have the pleasure of enjoying some of the holidays, our police department, our fire department, I think Parks and Rec will still have some people working during that time, and then all of our utilities for the water plant and the sewer plant. And we appreciate our employees and the work that they do on these holidays to make sure that we're able to enjoy that time at our homes and keep us safe. The last thing I have tonight, Mayor, is and Council, is the Love Where You Live campaign is still going on. We just ask that everybody do their part. It's heartbreaking to go down the streets and see the litter that we have on our streets in the community, and not just in Smyrna, but across the state of Tennessee. This is a conscious decision we can all make to, keep that litter in our vehicles instead of throwing it out the windows. I just hope people will understand that it's not only the beautification, but it's some of the issues that we have with stormwater and in our streams, in our aquatic life and those kind of things. This is a long process that happens from the standpoint of the damage that can be done in our community. So keep Smyrna beautiful, folks. Love where you live. That's all I have tonight, Mayor and Council.
Jeff?
Nothing from me.
Raquel?
I'd just like to thank everyone who reached out to me and congratulated me on the nomination. Miss Heather actually was the first one to let me know it was even up, so I appreciate everyone's kind words about that. And I'd also like to thank everyone who came out and voted in the referendum and participated in the democratic process. That's what it's all about, and I just commend you all for taking the time to go out and vote. And that's all I have.
Great. HG?
So I think I got a slide up there. Yes, sir. Next week is spring break for the schools, and as usual, our Smyrna Parks and Recreation Department is stepping up to provide activities for the kids. So you can register for the spring break camp at Cedarstone. There is all right there. You can go to the Town of Smyrna website to find a link to the actual registration. Activities, organized games, scavenger hunts, free playtime, snacks provided. It'll be March 25th through the 28th from 8 to noon, and it will be at Cedarstone Park. Boys and girls age 8 to 12, and there is a $50 fee. And you know, this is just, like I say, another example of the good job that our Parks and Recreation Department does. And along with that, I would like to recognize, Mike Moss will be receiving the Good Scout Award this Thursday. Is there, I'm not stealing anybody's thunder, nobody has a,
Just Mike's.
No,
you do? No?
Since I
Okay,
thought
okay.
Mayor was over.
But, I mean, you know, and one of the things that I think that they've looked at is the way that Mike has accommodated the scouts who need to acquire their projects for the Eagle Scouts and such as that. And we have many items within our Parks Department that have been built by the Eagles. So congratulations, Mike, on that. We have birthday week in our family. We have a couple of those through the year where there are like 3 of us who all have birthdays in the same week. And my favorite granddaughter had her, well, we're not gonna go into ages, but she had her birthday last Thursday. My favorite son-in-law had his birthday on Saturday. And my youngest grandson has his birthday tomorrow. So if you run into them, just be sure and tell them happy birthday. They're all wonderful, by the way, all 3 of them.
Did they shop local, HG?
Yeah, we're gonna have to shop local and keep those numbers up. I mean, Rex showed us some really good numbers, and you know, that's a tribute to our citizens attempting to keep their money here at home. And be kind, Tim.
Tim?
I guess that's for me.
Yeah.
Raquel, congratulations again. Mike, congratulations to you. And, you know, I can't think of a time that we weren't at the Good Scouts and that there wasn't something involving Sharp Springs or somewhere else that you weren't involved in. And just the community in general. Anytime that you see anything from Depot Days to, you know, Halloween in the park to, I mean, I can keep going. You're there. And I know that's above and beyond just what you're doing on a daily basis. So for that, well-deserved and congratulations. Okay.
Jerry?
Okay, Raquel, also congratulations to you. It well-deserved, and we proud of you. And, so Mike, same to you. Congratulations. As they said, well-deserved. And we appreciate everything that you do, you know, for our community and for the people that live around here. So thank you so much. I also wanted to just send out condolences to my neighbor across the street, who's also my first cousin. Her and him mother passed away, Miss Helen Leonard. Some of you may have known Miss Helen. She was at Thurman Francis, and Miss Helen was 99. And so Johnny and Joy, just my condolences to you and your family. And also, Chief, I just wanted to let you know, when we were yesterday during the funeral procession, you guys do a fantastic job, and it's noticed, and it makes you proud, when you see those guys standing there and got their hand over their heart and very reverent, and I just want to say thank you to that. So that's all I got, Mayor.
Yep, couple things. Again, congratulations, Raquel. Looking forward to our next meeting after May 17th when you can actually share the award, because I'm sure that you'll probably walk away easily with that. I don't even know who's against you, but they probably won't even stand a chance. So good luck, and congratulations. Mike, looking forward to being there Thursday and seeing the Good Scout Award. Somebody else mentioned some of the Eagle Scouts that have done things around our parks. I don't know why this one sticks out, but we had a gentleman 5 or 6 years ago that did bat houses at Sharp Springs. I remember that. And, I had been out there on my bike riding the trail, and a bat kept swimming down at my head. And he said he was going to do bat houses. I was like, is that going to make it worse or is it going to make it better? But I do remember we had bat houses. So they do a lot in our parks that a lot of people don't even realize gets done. So appreciate that. Yeah, we had bat houses over by the church at one point, right?
For all the NEPA stuff.
And then last, I saw that the clerk and the judge left. I see Mr. and Mrs. Stevens are still in the audience. If you would pass on to them, thank you very much for their comments. Appreciate their comments. I do look forward to working with them. I think both of them hit one strong point was some lack of communication on both sides. And I think that's how we fix it, is we got to, just as there's information they feel like we didn't have, I think there's information they may not have had, and I think we've got to fix that. So appreciate that. Pass on to them that look forward to seeing how we can move forward. The whole point of the referendum, despite what all of the negative press said, was to make sure that the citizens told us what they wanted us to do. And they've spoken, that's what they want to do. We're going to figure out a way to make it work and to try to make it more efficient. So if you don't mind passing on to Ms. Stevens, and I'll see Lisa probably before you do, but thank you. That's all.
Mark?
Congratulations to Raquel for the nomination. And also welcome Ms. DeVore to Smyrna. How long have you been in Smyrna now? How long?
A couple years.
Okay, so you're not that new, but
Not that new, but
good to have you here and being involved, so we appreciate
You want
that.
a shameless plug for the Salt Barn?
I know, everyone shop local. I'm a huge fan of small businesses.
Yeah, Salt Barn, I think it's on Rock Springs Road, kind of right behind Home
Cedar
Depot.
Grove.
Oh, Cedar Grove, yeah, you're
Off
right.
Rock.
Yeah, off Rock Springs, so.
Now, next meeting, we can have some R2, C4.
We're not going there right now. I'm going to take the floor back right now. And I'm kidding, of course. Mike, congratulations on your Good Scout Award coming, and I probably will have a conflict. I hate to miss that, but I'm going to be with Miss Dingle, who's turning 100 on the 14th, and Traditions has a ceremony they're going to be doing with her to plant a tree in her name, and I've been asked to come and be a part of that. So depending on that conflict or not, I may or may not be there, but I just want to tell you, not only for the Good Scout Award, but just what you do for the community. Tim mentioned it. It's not just events either, it's who you are. It's just your character and the way you carry yourself, so we appreciate that a lot. So Miss Dingle's going to turn 100, I mentioned that. We all talked about that at the beginning of the meeting. Chief Bill, I hope you're feeling better. Reached out to him this week and got an update from him, so sounded like he's making progress. He just got to get some stuff taken care of before he can move forward, so hope you're getting better. And I too appreciated the judge and the clerk's comments tonight, and I thank them for their comments this evening. And I heard what Raquel even mentioned about the democratic process, and for me, when I created my vote, that's what it was for, is to make sure the referendum was out there where people could tell us what they wanted. They have resoundingly told us what they wanted, and I appreciate hearing that. So all the noise aside, I'm glad maybe we can kind of get refocused. I'm looking forward to meeting with the judge and the clerk as they asked individually. They'll be reaching out to us, and I'm looking forward to that. So other than that, I think that's all I had for you tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Couple of items. The 2023 Annual Water Quality Report is now available. The 2023 Town of Smyrna Water System Annual Water Quality Report is online, and this report will also be available at Smyrna Library, the Smyrna Utilities Department, and the Chamber of Commerce at Smyrna Town Hall. This report contains important information about the source and quality of your drinking water. To speak with someone about the report or request a copy mailed to your home, if you please could call 615-459-3574. Next, we want to invite you all out to join us for our annual Smyrna Fire and Police Easter egg hunt sponsored by Smyrna Natural Gas. It'll be Saturday, March the 23rd at 1 p.m. at Lee Victory Recreation Park. Ages will be 1 to 12, and you're welcome to join in on the fun. The Easter Bunny will be on site for pictures. The rain date is Saturday, March 30th at 1 p.m. I will tell you, if you get there at 1:05, you are too late. It is.
Hoover vacuum will have gone
It's
through.
gone. It's all gone. The Smyrna Event Center is still accepting reservations for the Easter buffet. The buffet is on Sunday, March 31st. The first seating is 10:30 to 12:30. The second seating is 1:30 to 3:30. The meal cost is $28.95 for adults. Children's ages 6 to 12 are $16.95, and children 5 and under are free. Reservations only by March 15th, and you can call the event center to make your reservations. We are celebrating International Women's Day, and we're thankful for all the female personnel and their commitment of serving our community, and we celebrate the strong women who make our town a great place to live, work, and play. Next, we're thrilled to introduce the Captain Jeff Coos Memorial Scholarship for graduating seniors. The deadline is this Friday, so if you are a resident of the town of Smyrna and are a senior, or if you attend a high school within the town limits of Smyrna, we encourage you to put in for the scholarship. We'll be offering up to 3 $2,000 scholarships, and you can go online at townofsmyrna.org for information. Raquel, congratulations on your award. Mike, kudos to you. You're always involved, no matter what's going on in the town. And, you know, those scouts have done a lot of things over the years for lots of different areas in the town of Smyrna. So, well deserved, well deserved. HG, it's also birthday month in our family. Parker had a birthday yesterday. My husband has a birthday on Friday, and my mother has a birthday at the end of the month.
Festive, isn't it?
Festive, very festive, and we do give gifts in our family at birthdays, unlike some people that don't give birthday gifts. We won't call any names, Todd Spearman, but, oh, it was anniversary, that's right, it was anniversary. That's right. So, council, anything else to come before this?
I think when you looked out there, Tom started sweating. He thought you were looking at him.
He gives gifts, there you go. So if there is nothing else to come before the council, then we are adjourned.
See y'all.